All right, good morning. So, I'm not even out of bed yet, and the realization came that I finished everything that I needed to finish yesterday. And by everything I needed to finish, what I mean is like the general, I planted the things that needed to be planted. Um, I did some tidying, I did some food, the whole usual stuff that people do. I thought, what am I going to do today? I could technically pick up some extra things to do, or I could film a what can I knit in a day. I haven't successfully done a what can I knit in a day and actually focused on the knitting. I generally get a little sidetracked. However, it's 6 in the morning, which is later than I was going to start because I didn't have such a great night's sleep. So we'll see how we actually roll out. But it's going to be a how much can I knit in a day? Yeah, we're going to start with, this is a bag. I've got to finish this detail stitch here, and that shouldn't take too long to finish, maybe an hour or two. It's from the Hobie yarn advent, and I hate touching yarn so much. I just hate it. I just hate it. It's horrible. Anyway, I'm going to finish that, and we'll start there, and then we'll see what I do next, because I'm not entirely sure what the next plan is going to be. But this is going to be my what can I knit in a day video, and see what I can actually complete or start or finish or something. I might do some crochet, I'm not sure, but I'll try and stick to knitting. What I should do is try and stick to finishing off projects. I probably won't. I will probably finish this bag and then start something completely new, but we'll see. And we'll see where the mood takes us. Right, so I've been knitting for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer, but already suffering from the getting distracted because I'm trying to focus on doing one thing, and that's the worst. I've started putting dishes away. I mean, honestly, I don't put dishes away at the best of times, or at least I don't enjoy watching the dog. Yeah. All right, so I have finished this section, put in this little bit here, which is just a solid purl row, and then the next part is to make sure this gets to 23 centimeters, and then it splits for the top, so it should be the downhill slide of this one, and maybe I'll get it done before breakfast. We shall see. All right, I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Alrighty, so it took longer than expected, but I've finished the Hobie Yarn Advent Week 4 bag. I absolutely hated working with this yarn. Hated it. I didn't like the construction of the bag. I think it would have been easier to do it top down than bottom up, because if it had been top down, there would have been no stitching up. I thought there could have been a provisional cast on edge that's then picked up, worked through, and then Kitchener stitch bind off or 3-needle bind off, one of those. But it's done. I don't really know the point of the bag. I mean, it could be a project bag if I take a ball of yarn and put it in there. It fits, so maybe it's a project bag. I don't really know, but I really hate the yarn. The glitter through it is just hard to knit with, and it's a weird feeling. I mean, here it looks grey, right? But it's purple and blue and silver sparkles. Yeah, it's strange, but I made the bag. Now, it's 10:30 in the morning. So, I mean, I did have breakfast, and I have fed the chicks, and I fed the dog. I've done, those sorts of things. I'm thinking about making another cup of coffee. But at least I'm done with that. The next task I think I'm going to pick up is finishing off my Christmas sock. This is gingerbread from the West Yorkshire Spinners, and I got it from Good Wool Hunting. So I'll finish this off. It doesn't have that much more to go, a little bit more foot, and then a toe. So I should finish that by lunch. It turns out I don't knit anywhere near as fast as I used to. Like, I used to knit quite quickly. I'm famous for when there was a non-uniform day at school, and that was going to be the following day. I stayed up all night to finish knitting a jumper, and there was a paintbrush and paint up the sleeve. There was a pencil drawing up the other side. There was a big words across the back. I don't really remember all of it, but it was an art-themed knitting project, and so I'm quite famous for finishing that just because I wanted to wear it to school the next day. But it's quite remarkable looking back that when I was 13, 14, I knit several jerseys in a year. And then I'm thinking back over this year and think, I haven't knit a single jersey. I mean, I knit a vest, but not for me. I've thought about... No, I knit a cardigan. I did do a cardigan this year. But that's it. One cardigan and part of the Stevie jumper, which I think I might have started this year. Anyway, I will get working on my Christmas sock, catch up on young Sheldon, and then I will see you all later. Bye. Well, it's nowhere near as late as I thought it was going to be because the bag took so much longer than finishing the sock. Like, what's that all about? Like, it took me hardly any time at all to finish the sock, but the bag, forever. I blame the yarn. Which now leaves me with the conundrum of what to do now. Because, yeah, I can either start something new because I do want to knit the boysenberry raspberry mouse that's in my head. Or I can pick up the Stevie jumper and work on the sleeve, or I don't know. Right, I think I'm going to make a cup of coffee, have a Danish butter cookie because they're the best, and at this time of year you can get them everywhere, and I have gone through 4 tins of Danish butter cookies within a week. No, within a couple of weeks. Since school finished. So like 2 weeks. Oh, that's a lot of Danish butter cookies. Worth it. Yeah, so that's one sock down, one bag finished, and we'll see what's up next. Hello and welcome to my compromise setup. Is there enough light to be outside? No, not really. Is there enough wind to be outside easily? No. Is it easy enough to be inside? No. No, it's an awkward kind of weather. I don't know quite how to make this work, but this is what we're going for. We're going for moody skies, underexposed face, and hopefully no wind noise, because trying to work out all of them was just a bit of a nightmare waiting to happen. Anyway, this is my how much can I knit in a day summary. And the tragic part is nowhere near as much as I thought I could. You know, there were some times where, I wasn't knitting. And I do keep saying I'm going to do one of these days where all I do is knit and just have everything pre-prepared. But I didn't. So, of course, I still had to make breakfast. I still had to make lunch. I still had to cook dinner. I still went for a walk because there's still a dog. I still looked after the chickens. I did some gardening. You know, the usuals. Relaxed in the evening. Didn't really do a lot of knitting at that point. Thought about some crochet. But those things don't sort of correspond to knitting projects. But we'll get into it. First of all, I finished the drawstring bag. Now, it's got stuff in it because you'll see what and why shortly, because I'm filming a few videos in this crap setup today. It's larger than I thought it was going to be when I started the pattern. I really hate the yarn. Like, I just really hate the yarn. I think the pattern would have been better knit the other way up, But it's done, it's finished, and most of it was done during the day. I mean, I think I was up to about here, there, somewhere around there. And it's got a fold over top, it's got the drawstrings, the whole works. I finished the thing. So that was from the Hobbii Yarn Advent, and there'll be a whole separate blog about the four things from there. Then I moved on to my gingerbread socks. I did finish the first of the gingerbread socks. Now, this is kind of embarrassing because the first part of the sock, this was basically all done at the start of the month. And then it's this part that's been finished yesterday. I mean, it is a sport weight yarn. It is done on small needles, so no, it shouldn't be so surprising that I didn't get that much of it done. I did get the cuff finished of its partner pair. Not that anybody is wanting to focus on it. This is Gingerbread by West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's such a nice sock yarn. I'm going to talk about this at some point because I do want to compare my favourite sock yarns that are available commercially, because so far this is right up there. It's really good. Yeah, so I'll talk about that at some point. So finished this sock, started this one. And then you'll be saying to yourself, but that leaves you plenty of time. What did you do with the rest of the time? Well, if I open up this secret Santa sack and pull out this, the other thing that I did and did manage to complete is this wee moose. I started off and he was going to be a raspberry mouse, but he definitely reads more grape. I used the same leaves as the second strawberry mouse pattern, so he does read more grapes, particularly when he's hanging up. So I also knitted him in purple rather than a raspberry red shade, because I didn't quite have the right raspberry red shade. So this is my grape mouse. I have not yet done the orange mouse. Maybe I'll do the orange mouse in January. But the plan is still to have a whole set of fruit mice, and then eventually have a whole stack of fruit mice in a bowl. So what do I complete in a day? How much can I knit? I can finish a bag, I can finish a sock, and I can make a complete mouse. Could I do more? Potentially. I will have to revisit this at some point, but at this point in time, that's how much I can knit in a day. Yeah. So watch out for my Hobbii review. Watch out for the release of the mice. I will link the first mouse that was made so that you've got the pattern there. It is a free pattern on my website, and the other mice are going to follow as soon as I finish those. So how much can I knit in a day? Nowhere near as much as I thought I would. But thank you very much for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.